Okay, so we're going to look at equilateral triangles and the theorems or the collaries. So 4.3 states that a triangle is equilateral if and only if, so a triangle is equilateral if and only if hit as equal angles, which is called Equiangular. So it has to have 3 equal angles for the sides to be equal. So if we had our equilateral triangle, we have to have 3 equal angles to then say that we have 3 equal sides. So we'll label this A, B, and C. So our example, so if we say angle A is congruent to angle B, and it's also congruent to angle C, then we can say that the segment AB is congruent to BC and it's congruent to CA. So 4.4, each angle of an equilateral triangle measures 60 degrees. And this is because I said a triangle, well, let's say, angles in a triangle is the sum is 180. So if they're equal, means that if we have our triangle, and we'll call this one DEF, our angles need to be 60, so it adds up to 180, and then our sides would be equal. So an example would be if our segment DE is congruent to our segment EF, and that is congruent with our segment FE, then the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle C, which is equal to 60 degrees. So let's have a look at an example. So I'm going to draw my triangle and label this. So I'll call this P, Q, and R. And if this was 5 centimeters, and this was 5 centimeters, and my angle here is 60. So I need to find, this is my question, the measure of angle R. So now we're going to find PR. So we've just found that all our angles are 60 degrees. So as all the angles measure 60, so as all angles are equal to 60 degrees, then the triangle is equiangular. And because we know, so if a triangle is equiangular, then it is an equilateral triangle. So QP is equal to QR, and that is equal to, so we got QP, let's have a look. So we got QP, we got QR, and that is equal to PR. So equal to PR. So if QP is 5, and QR is 5, and this is 5. Okay, so if you look at this triangle, we have to find the measure of angle T. So we can look at our sides, our segments, and we can see that TR and SR are equal length. So since TR, or let's say RT, is equal to RS, so that means that RT is congruent with RS, and this is the isosceles triangle theorem. Then we can say that the measure of angle T is equal to the measure of angle S. So we're going to use the triangle sum theorem. So we'll say that the measure of angle S plus the measure of angle T plus the, measure, let's put M there, plus the measure of angle R is 180 degrees. Now, because we know that RT is congruent to RS, and we said that T is equal to MS, we can substitute. So we can substitute, we'll have 60 plus, this is going to be 60 plus MR is 180. So 120 plus measure R. And measure R is going to be 180 minus 120. So the measure R is 60 degrees. Okay, so we'll come over this side here. And we'll say we have to find the segment TS. Now, because we found the angles, and we've said that the angles are all 60, that we know that triangle TRS is equiangular. So it is an equilateral triangle. And we know, therefore, that TR is equal to TS, and that is equal to RS. So 3.5, 3.5, and 3.5. So this side, TR is 3.5. TS that we're asked to find is 3.5.